Oh, I need a drink.
Cooking with Kelby.
Hey guys, welcome to this week's edition of Cooking with Kelby. Today we are going to make homemade pizza from scratch, and it's gonna be real good. Stick with me and we'll be right back. It's not that hard to make your own pizza from scratch. I'm gonna teach you how right here. We're gonna make a blend of whole wheat and white pizza crust, starting with 2 cups of whole wheat flour. We've got 1.5 cups of white bread flour, a teaspoon of sugar, teaspoon of salt with about a tablespoon of olive oil, and we've got our dry yeast packet. You can get this in your baking section at your local grocery. We've got our warm water over here, which is gonna be about 100 degrees is what you're gonna want. We're gonna take our bowl, we're just gonna put the water in there, dump the sugar in, and mix that up a little bit of sugar water. And we're gonna take our dry yeast, and that sugar and the warm water and the yeast are gonna combine, and it's gonna activate this yeast. We're gonna let this sit for about 10 minutes, let it get nice and bubbly, let that dry yeast activate, and then we're gonna add our flour and the rest of our ingredients. We'll be right back in about 10 minutes. Okay, we've let our dry yeast activate with the sugar and the warm water for about 10 minutes. You can see in here that we've got a little bit of bubble action going on. That means that yeast is activated, and we're gonna make some bread. We're gonna help the bread rise. And what we're gonna do next, we're gonna dump in our little bit of olive oil and salt for flavor. Now we're gonna mix in our flour, and we're just gonna knead this by hand, and we're gonna let it sit and rise for a little bit. The white flour and the wheat flour. Now what do we do on Cooking with Kelby? We keep one hand clean at all times, right? So we're gonna take our left hand, and we're just gonna mix all this together. We're gonna do it by hand because it's more fun that way. Okay, you're gonna scrape the sides, twist around the bowl. See how fun? It's always a fun time on Cooking with Kelby. You know this. Work that bread, you know. And this, my friends, is what you end up with. So you don't want it to be too sticky. If you put too much water, it's gonna be too sticky. You're not gonna be able to work with it. But you want it to be slightly sticky. See how that is right there? Grab a little plastic wrap. We're gonna cover it up. We're gonna cover We're gonna cover the bowl with some plastic wrap right here, like so. And we're gonna put it somewhere warm. Now I've already started to preheat the oven to 425. So we're just gonna set it right here on top of the oven. And we're gonna let that sit and rise for about 30 minutes. All right guys, we're back. We've let our bread rise for about 30 minutes. Let's check it out. As you can see, it is basically doubled in size. Look at that. Wow, it's like magic. That's too much dough for one pizza. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna chop it in half, and we're gonna freeze half of it for our next pizza. I'm just gonna cut it in half with a butter knife. We'll take our plastic wrap, just gonna roll that into a little ball. We're gonna freeze this and save it for later. Ta-da! We'll see you next time, other piece of dough. Okay, now for the fun part. We're gonna roll this out. What we've done is we've taken a little bit of flour on our flat surface, plop it down. We've got our rolling pin right here. I put a little bit of flour on it too so it doesn't stick. We're just gonna roll it into some pizza crust. Just take your time, you know, have fun with it. Try to keep it even. You can play with it like this, see? As long as you're having a good time, that's all that really matters. Because it's gonna be delicious. Because everything's delicious on Cooking with Kelby. And get it as thin as we possibly can. And voila, there's a pizza, almost. We're gonna get our ingredients out. Tonight we are going to make my wife's favorite pizza, which is a pineapple pepperoni pizza with extra cheese. And now we're gonna put our toppings on our pizza dough. We've got some gourmet pizza sauce that came out of the can. We've got some shredded mozzarella cheese, chopped pineapple, and we got some pepperoni. Let's assemble this thing. Da-da-da-da-da. Load it up with some shredded mozzarella. Some pepperonis. Cover it up. On fire right now. Let's add our pineapple.
So pretty.
We transferred it off of our cutting board onto our 12-inch pizza pan. And we're gonna throw this in the oven for we're gonna check it after about 20-25 minutes. We got it on 425. Set your timer. We're gonna go have some wine. We're gonna hang out. And we'll be right back on Cooking with Kelby. Hey guys, we're back. We put our timer on for about 25, but I checked it a little early, and we're good to go. Let's take this guy out of the oven right now. Let's see it. Oh, there it is. Our homemade pizza. Wow. Turn that oven off. Oh my goodness, look at that. How delicious does that look? We've got our cooling rack up here on top of our cutting board. We're just gonna slide the pizza off right here like this. Oh wow, look. A perfect oval shaped pizza. We're gonna let that cool and we're gonna do what? Chop it up and eat it, that's right. Cooking with Kelby right there. It's not gourmet, but it's Kelby Ray. Where's my wine? I'm out of wine. I'm stealing my wife's.
That's your one.
Thanks for joining us tonight on Cooking with Kelby. Homemade pizza. Tell me what you'd like to see for next time. Make sure to subscribe in the Pizza's ready. Love to hear your feedback. Cheers and good night from Cooking with Kelby. We'll see you next time. Cooking with Kelby.